I am once again in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I come here all the time, it seems like. I came last week, and then I stayed home a few days, and then I couldn't resist, and I had to come back. So that drive is about 4 hours and a half. It's not too bad. I'm at this place I think it's called Big Rock Overlook or something, and there's a big rock behind me. And I was at this overlook a little bit earlier today. I was trying to take some good drone footage of the rock. Then this gentleman drove up on his motorcycle, which you can see right there on the left. First thing he asked me is, "Did you climb to the top yet?" I said, "No, not yet." He said he had many times, but he got too old. He's 62 now. He says that he comes to this rock. He lives nearby, so he comes to this rock about every other day. And he sits at the picnic table, and he sends a text to his best friend, who's also a motorcyclist, and says, "I'm at the rock." And they come up here and hang out, listen to music. He was listening to Pandora, 70s love songs. Jerry Rafferty, Baker Street was playing. He said he had a daughter in Colorado, and he recently drove all the way out there and came back, and that's as far as he's been on his bike. And he said that his friend is very talkative and you can barely get a word in edgewise, so it was nice to talk to me. Anyway, we had a good conversation, and I always enjoy talking to people like this, just out of nowhere. And that's one thing about us travelers, is that we always try to just walk up to people and engage them, and learn about new people and new places. So I had a good chat. My favorite part of the day in the mountains is the early morning. This is between 6:30 and 7, when the sun is just coming up. And instead of driving to wherever the sun happens to be rising, where you can see it the best, if you just find a mountain and then just rise above the mountain, you can create your own sunrise. Isn't that beautiful? And you can see the colors reflecting off the clouds above the sunrise, which is shown better here. So as the sun goes up, the colors intensify, the colors are reflected in the clouds, and it's really a beautiful sight at about 1,000 feet up from where I was standing. Later on in the day, in full daylight, the clouds are a wispy white, and everything is green, of course. And where I was standing here was just where a hill was, and below it was a little village. These people probably were not even up yet for the day. But because of the perspective, the standpoint, it looks like I'm really high up. I'm really actually so high up, I'm above the clouds. And that's a unique view. And then as we pull away here, we can see everything so lush and green, and this is due to all the rain that we get in the mountains, and of course the sun. This is going to soon end because we're at the end of September, and it will soon start changing colors. But this is how that day turned out to be spectacular. Look at the clouds in the background. Look how bright they are, being illuminated by the sun. And as we turn around and look at the mountains in the background, the clouds really provide the perfect framing for those mountains.